want to make a couple announcements. I do want to recognize Jessica Northfleet, representing Congressman Yoho's office, sitting here next to Virginia. The Congressman's up in D.C. doing a good fight for us, so we appreciate that so much. And also, I did want to mention Stephanie is here as well. Stephanie, raise your hand. There's the foot stomper for networking right there. I also want to mention that we are grateful to the Thrash and Horn for opening up the American Hero display. If you have not had a chance to see that, it is open to 4. So please get up there to see some of those wonderful photographs of those who made tremendous sacrifices during some trying times in our history. So please, thank you to the Thrash and Horn for opening that up to us. And with that, I want to introduce Leslie Dewar to start our program. Leslie is a realtor with Vanguard, Realty, Coldwell banker. I can't think the title gets any quicker. Attorney firm. Keeps getting longer and longer, that title. But more importantly, she is the chairman of the Republican Party here in Clay and the former chairman of the Republican Party of Florida. So let's give a warm welcome to Leslie Dewar.
Thank you. Let me turn this mic on really quick and get it to go green, because I like to walk around a little bit. Last time we were here, last year, I talked a little bit about running for office. So how many of you really want to run for office now? You watch the governors. Anybody want to run? No? All right. This is the off season, so what I'd like to just briefly talk about is gratitude. And one of the things that I think happens when you become an elected official, and they're all going to go like this in just a minute, is after you pass that threshold of becoming the elected official, something happens and you become one of them. And everybody in the world that supported you goes, they're one of them now. And I'm not really quite sure what that means, but you're one of them. And now it's an off season, so you are, as an elected official, you're doing what we call making sausage. You're doing the work of policy. You're writing things. You're talking to your constituents. You're meeting with people that gave you money. You're solving some of the issues that, quite frankly, are in government. And guess what? You don't make anybody happy. You might make a couple people happy, but you don't make anybody happy. Because you know when you sit there and take a vote on the floor, somebody's going to be happy with you, and more than likely somebody's not going to be happy with you. So that's why I say gratitude. One of the things, if you're not willing to put your feet in the shoes of an elected official, I think we all really need to give them a round of applause for everything that they do. Not that I know anything about running a statewide election and winning a governor's race, but I'm chasing Charlie around a little bit. But it's something that I watched over the last 7 months, and it's pretty remarkable to watch elected officials run for office throughout an entire state, one of the biggest elections in the nation that everybody was watching. And, you know, when you do that, you really put your whole life. Now think about your life, Facebook, emails, YouTube's, anything you're in, it's all exposed, okay? And that's where, when we elect these elected officials to do the work for us, it's a hard job. So when we think about all these people that are coming up to speak, and some people, as Steve Howard has told me, he has a 15-minute speech. He's brought it down to 5 minutes and 4 seconds. And I'm going to tell him he has 3 minutes. And then he's going to look at me cross-eyed. But anyway, we're going to have elected officials come up, and I want you to think about, if you were in their shoes, what would you do? And how are you going to answer some of the questions? Because they are actually making decisions for all of us here, and never really pleasing everybody. So anyway, just a few words about that before we go on to our program. The first person I would like to introduce is from Penny Farms, and would be our town manager, David Cooper. If he could come on up and talk a little bit about Penny Farms.
First, I'd like to say Teresa Scott from Penny Retirement Community that came to me and says, David, we would like to invite you to come to the lunch today. It's just a round table discussion. Completely round table. So like to say thank you for letting me come to speak to you today about the town of Penny Farms. I'm the new town manager. I've been there in the town now about 9 months. The town of Penny Farms it is separate. It was established in 1927. The town currently has about 800 residents in it. 500 of them are at the Penny Farms retirement community. The town has a scenic highway, J.C. Memorial Scenic Highway, which we're very, very proud of, with the canopy and everything we have there. So you talk about cutting a tree limb out there, it gets a little touchy in that area. I've already ran into DOT, but they're working with us. The town of Penny Farms is an interesting community, not only because of the major contributions that J.C. Penney has made to the history of Clay County, but because of its potential for planned growth. In addition to being a stop on the Clay County historical tour in March, the town is a nice, quiet, residential community for walking, cycling, running. We also provide a band shell for weddings, birthday parties, family reunions, that's also within the town. Currently, the town has a 5-member council with a mayor and a vice mayor. Thanks to the grants of state of Florida, Penny Farms has its own water and sewer collection system that provides revenue to the town. We have a minimal public works staff, which provides maintenance for our town, also provides solid waste for our town. For the solid waste folks that are here, we are in the process of possibly looking at franchising that, so if some of you want to get with me on it. We are a small town. We have many accomplishments this year. The town has completed the water, the sewer audit with Florida Water Association to determine the infrastructure requirements that we need. There are a few updates we need, but it looks like we're on track to get that done. We just got through renovating the town playground. We received a grant from FRDAP. We had a dedication for the park there. It was a wonderful turnout. The town has recently received another grant to renovate the tennis courts, which, believe it or not, we have quite a bit of activity on the town tennis courts. The biggest accomplishment that we've accomplished just here recently, we have completed a 23-acre annexation into the town on the east end of town, there by Pasadena Road. Our comprehensive plan is done. We also have our own building department now, where we issue our own building permits for the county to do our inspections for us. The town has its own planning and own zoning commission for any guideline uses. But the biggest one that we appreciate is the annexation of the land, because it's going to help us out quite a bit. The town has hosted the first annual Penny Farms Historical 5K Run. We also, I shared with Teresa on the way here, we haven't got it in our hands yet, but we did get notified that we are one of the healthiest weight communities for Florida, that we're going to receive a certificate for that in 2015, so we're looking forward to that. The town also has its own Christmas parade, its own luncheon, which is a big event for us, because the complete town comes together with the residents from the retirement community, outside of the retirement community, and everyone. It's kind of like a potluck. They bring everything, so it's a great time for all of us to get together there. We are in the process of currently preparing to raise funds to create a Penny Farm Historical Museum, where the old fire hall used to be. We would like to take and turn that into a historical museum for the town. We have quite a few artifacts there. There are 3 major partners who contribute largely to the future development of the community, while retaining the small town atmosphere, emphasizes the most recent comprehensive plan update. These entities are the town government, the Reinhold Corporation, who owns much of the undeveloped land, and the Penny Retirement Community. A new player is about to join the partnership, and that is the development company, who has just completed the annexation of the 23 acres into the town, which will be called Pasadena Lake Subdivision. An equestrian center will be behind that subdivision, which will be separate there. They'll have a clubhouse there. The homes could add between 100 and 150 more residents contributing to the town of Petty Farms. With everyone working together, the town of Petty Farms is on the moon to becoming a brighter jewel in the Clay County crown. We plan to build our strengths, retain our character, and hold on to the small town atmosphere. Please stop by and say hi to us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next, we will ask Terry Suggs to come up and talk to us a little bit about Keystone. Terry is the town manager of Keystone Heights, and he will talk about the south end of Clay County.